outside the Kansas City Class 5 idle morgue. Here we are looking at the First Sciento parking lot. We have one car arrived, and out front we have one, and the time now is 8:10 in the morning. So we'll see how active Foundation is on the weekend. Good morning. Welcome to my stream. Thank you for liking. And it's just after 8 o'clock. We're outside the KC Idle Morgue, Class 5 Idle Morgue. We're here to see how active the Foundation is. Opening time is at 9 o'clock. So we expect to see Foundation staff arriving prior to then. Enter and see that they have all their hiding tech employed. So here we have the 1805 Grand Street entrance. They've got their chalkboard with black cloth on top of it, hiding tech. There's LRH's office. And you would expect them to have the curtains all going overnight. Interesting thing will be to check and see whether they've got the, they don't have the black curtain tech in the front of the doorway. Okay, what's before opening, and they had it deployed. Take a look down the alley. No activity here. Let's see, I don't see this truck during the week. Could have possibly be a Sciento parking in this lot. Looks like it has a temporary Kansas tag. Here are some dumpsters, but again, those don't belong to Scientology. They belong to the bar next door. Going back around the front, you can see the security camera here on the corner of the building. And there's one over here as well. Bit of a storm system, but I estimate based on looking at the weather radar was that the storm's going to pass to the north of town. I could be wrong, in which case the storm will do what Scientology hasn't been able to do, chase me away. misestimated the direction of storm travel. Looks like the clouds are moving. Let's see. We'll hang out and see if it moves past the rain. And this is Kansas City. Outside the last 5 idle morgue. Looking to see how much activity we have for foundation. I think that Kansas City may be one of the more active orgs, or morgues, however you want to. Okay, looks like to the west we have several people coming up, and those may be Sea Org members on their way in. Stand aside and take a look. Group of 3. Usually they come in more groups, but the fact the woman is wearing a mask suggests that they are Sea Org. How you doing? After 8. And we have 3 people coming up the street. I suspect they're also Scientologists. See if they hit it. One of them is going through the parking lot behind the bar. And one of them just went in, another one just went in. Looks like we got a couple more. And I think we've got another one sneaking in through the alley. Yep. I wonder how many brownie points you can get in Scientology. Probably none. Unless you donate lots of money, then you can be called civilization builder. If you, I think you have to be $100,000 before you have that. Various levels. Maybe it's a good one, I'm not sure. I have to take a look. But it's not pocket change in any case. see, what time is it? 8:21. How long have I been protesting this location? Since March. I think that would make it about 3 months. Depending on the weather, I've been coming once or twice a week, sometimes 3 times. Still have just one Sciento parked in front. Yes, they alerted them and they've deployed their hiding tech in front of the door. They have a black curtain on a roll-around curtain rod. I might deploy my earbud mics. It's less capable of picking up conversations, but I don't think we'll have any of them, and that should reduce any wind noise. Yep. Okay, another car pulled in to the Sciento parking lot. Looks like we got a couple of people in it. Yeah, the wind is a little calmer on this side of the building for the moment. Now we got more than 2 people. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the guy in front is not part of the party. So I think I may have seen these people during the week and thought they were public, but they may be Sea Org. Okay, set it on a stand for the moment. Okay, let me put in my earbuds. Just a group of 5 people that came in. I think that's and I just put on my earbuds. could someone in the chat please verify that you can hear me? Yep, she pointed her phone at me and you can hear me. Thank you. Let me move back over here. It's a little bit more in the wind, but since I have earbuds in, there should not be too much wind noise. So we have maybe 12, 15 people in so far, and we're at 27 minutes after, so we should have a few more people arriving before opening at 9 o'clock. If you look carefully, you may have seen about a minute ago a streetcar come by through the entrance at Main, or the intersection at Main that I'm pointing to right there. So there's a streetcar that's free for the passengers to ride through the downtown area. Do I have Cash App? No, I don't have Cash App. I'm self-funded at the moment, doing it all locally. Had the equipment. Good morning, Z News. How are you doing? So we're just out here seeing how active Foundation Org is. Foundation Org has the weekends. They come in and take day shift from 9 to 6 on weekends, evenings on weekdays. On weekdays, it's a little bit harder to tell how big Foundation Org is because you have all sorts of public intermingling and flowing in and out at about the same time. But on the weekend or weekday, anyone arriving before 9 o'clock, you assume is Foundation Org, day org staff. Weekend, Foundation Org staff. Although we could use the rain. Yes. Well, drive safely. Look forward to seeing what you find there at the Austin Org. Maybe you'll meet up with Jay, because he's in Austin there with you. It's picked up again. And let me yeah, it looks like the wind has died down, so we'll step back up a little closer to the corner. stand about right here because I can see sometimes we have some Sea Org coming up from that direction. Okay, for those of you just joined, we're here outside the KC Org. It's after 8 o'clock, 8:31 in the morning. Org's due to open at 9 o'clock. Just to get an idea of how many people are on Foundation staff. Well, let me step a little bit further away from the crosswalk. Well, as I understand it, the morning classes probably end about 11:30. So between 11:30 and noon, you should see publics who've taken coursework exiting, and between 12 and 1, probably staff going out for lunch, and then between 1 and 1:30, publics arriving for coursework in the afternoon. Of course, they may arrive before 1 o'clock just to hang out. Somebody, check chat again. Somebody made a comment. Two p.m. Yep. I think they run 2 courses, as I understand it, in the afternoon. And they switch over sometime between 3 and 4 p.m. Yes, that guy's a scientist. We'll see if he goes in. Yes, I guess correctly. And he's locked out. Okay, there we had a couple of people coming down the alley behind the Storage Mart, getting across the parking lot. Wind's picking up. Sounds windy. Okay, well, I guess That wind exceeded the capability of these earbuds. Good to know. So we're moving a little bit further down away from the intersection. I may take a walk back up into the wind of the noise to see whether anyone's approaching. Well, it looks like I misestimated the wind direction. We got some radar shows some storm activity moving overhead, but so far nothing wet coming out of the sky. So hopefully it'll hold off till at least 9 o'clock. Another 23 minutes. See whether or not we have, or see how many foundation staff we have arriving. Walk back up the corner, it may get a little bit noisy again. Okay, don't see anyone approaching. Now we've got the wind shifting direction. A little bit of a pickup of wind here. Okay, for those of you who may have joined in the last few minutes, I'm outside the Kansas City Class 5 idle moored. It's 8:38, scheduled to open in 22 minutes, and we're seeing what foundation org staff is like. So far we may have seen less than 20. That looks like we had somebody pull in to park in the front. With me. I'm going to stand here for a minute or two. see, I don't see anybody that direction. Or do I? So, I don't know if that guy is on staff or maybe public arriving early. Since he has a bag with him, he may be public arriving for the Pura. I don't see anybody approaching. The wind seems to have calmed down a little bit. I just saunter on down towards the alley. And yes, this car does have a temporary Kansas tag. No changes here. For some reason we've got some cleaning supplies set outside of that utility truck. I don't know if they were there before or not. Apparently not. Just saw someone loading those supplies in the truck. And she's a Scientologist. I've seen her before. Those two are Scientologists. I've seen them before. And we have that person is a Scientologist. I think they arrived in that silver sedan over there, parked next to the Storage Mart. And the guy who drives the car is headed down to the trash dumpster to get rid of some trash before coming in. The guy who was vaping on Reese's live here a month or so ago, I had the impression that that was a public, either dating a public or a public himself. We rather suspect the latter. I doubt if he was on the staff, so I wouldn't expect to see him during the day. That time Reese was here by herself, not with Tommy. That was on LRH's birthday, which was had actually started a couple of hours before she showed up. So a good chance that she would have encountered public during that time. I was here a couple of hours earlier before that. That was on March 31st. It was with a couple of other people. And I didn't see a whole lot of activity. (8:46), 14 minutes. And I don't know when they hold muster, whether it's before 9 or after 9. I rather suspect it's after 9 because I've seen people arrive right up until 9 o'clock. So recapping where we are. It's now 8:47 here in Kansas City. We're outside the Kansas City Class 5 idle morgue, getting an idea how many staff are on the foundation order. And there's I think his license plate says 87 MB. I call him Mr. Mercedes. And I think I've seen him on most days that I've showed up. So it's interesting that they have fewer cars parked out in the street because they have a meter holiday, or at least they used to, that they didn't charge the meter on weekends. We'll look on the meter and see if that's changed. Nope, meter says free parking. Anyway, we don't have a huge number of people. So, Foundation org may just come crashing in at the last minute. Or maybe they've made some phone calls because an SP is standing out here and they've all snuck in through the alley. Yep, I hear you, Miss Kim. I'm about a half hour away. I can make her hear. Anyway, Aaron did suggest this, which I had the idea before he suggested it, showing up at an org before 9 o'clock and see how many staff members show up. So for day org, I'm counting around maybe 35 who show up before 9 o'clock. I'm thinking about half of them are Sea org. OSA Matt, however, doesn't show up usually until sometime around noon. And Faxman Dan The senior case supervisor, I've only seen him one time, and that was probably about 2:45 in the afternoon. I also suspect that we have people sleeping or berthing inside the org building overnight. How many? I don't know. Probably not a huge number, but enough to throw my cat off a little bit. In any case, I think we have less than 50 people in each org staff, and a good number of them are Sea Org. So we just had a gray pickup truck pull in the parking lot. .52. 8 more minutes for people to show up. Parking noise, or the street car crossing noise. I don't see anybody approaching from the west. Yep, I see somebody walking up the street. Now maybe they come from the other parking lot. Is that a Dianetics t-shirt? Hard to tell. Oop, we got a little bit of moisture coming down. Okay, that's somebody from the neighborhood, that guy in the t-shirt that was crossing, taking a shortcut across their parking lot. And the rain's starting to pick up a little bit. 8:54. Looks like we've got some people arriving here at the last minute. Guy that crossed the street out of that black car, I think I may have seen him come in on a little motorcycle or an electric bicycle at different times. Okay, let's see, we've got 5 people approaching there, doing some jaywalk tech. That guy in the red shirt avoiding me. Have several people who look like they either parked in the alley or walked around through the alley. Step back out of the wind. Get a time check, 8:57. Sprinkles have stopped, so maybe we're okay. See what I put up with the cause standing out in the rain. Don't I know any better? Well, it was just a few sprinkles. $8:58. Two more minutes for people to show up. Yep, now we're getting a little bit of a few sprinkles again. Oops, did I hear some thunder? Looking to the west, it actually looks a little less dark than it did earlier. Of course, the sun was coming up, so it's kind of hard to tell for sure, but it just doesn't look as dark. So the rain sprinkles have slowed down a bit, so 9:01. Anyone who shows up now is late. So the front side of the building is windy and the wind is a little bit damp, so So, if we look up there, you can see there's a security camera keeping track of the door. And the rain's coming down quite a bit at the moment. Actually sheltered by the height of the building and the wind. So you can see got a little bit of moisture accumulation. Okay, the rain's coming down at a pretty good pace. We've had any arrivals recently, so coming out here, like the wind is shifting direction. So anyone arriving now is probably dedicated public, braving the rain to take their Saturday morning course. Yeah, the rain's still coming down, but this is kind of a spot shielded by the building. not on their property. If I was, they would probably have sent someone outside by now to chase me off. And I might try anyway, who knows. Matt tried to convince me that I was blocking the door, even though I was standing next to the curb by their sign, and he was between me and the door. Speaking of sidewalk signs, have they put it out yet? No, they have not yet put it out. Even though it's after 9. Rain may have something to do with it. And let's see, we're still in view of the security camera. So they may be sneaking people in through the alley since I'm over here on this side of the building. So I can't tell for sure, but it seems like the rain may be tapering off a little bit. Well, we're hearing a little bit of thunder. It may be raining for a little while. Looking at the clouds, though, I do see signs that it might be clearing a bit. When I came in this morning, I passed a street person sleeping on the sidewalk. I wonder where he went from the rain. The rain actually might be ending. Little sign on the sidewalk. Suits me just fine. So let's see, who do I miss in the chat? We got hello everyone who's joined in the last few minutes. It's 9/11 outside the KC Class 5 idle morgue. Trying to get an idea what the activity is. Didn't look like we had as many people show up for foundation staff as showed up for day shift or day org during the week. So we're going to hang out here for another few minutes, see if we have people show up before 9:30 for coursework. Yep, the rain has ended. My shirt is lightly soaked and the wind is picking up. Let me step back out of the wind to avoid turning into an icicle. Take advantage of the lull of the rain to just kind of walk around a little bit. Oop. Light's kind of yellow. Get across the street. Well, the rain is picking up again a little bit. I'm not seeing people approach from the west or the east or the north. Or the south. Well, we just had somebody pull into that parking lot. Let's see if they actually park there or if they're driving around to come inside the alley. Whoever is parking in that parking lot. And it looks like she's going to try sneaking in through the alley, maybe. Morning. Just said we're running to the security guard at the bank across the street. Yep, we're not seeing her come around the front. So my guess is that she snuck in through the alley. And the alley entrance is not a comfortable entrance to come in. It has 2 steps, a 1.5 step, or a foot step and a 1.5 step, and a narrow step at that. It may actually be safer to cross the street against the light if you're crossing 18th Street, because you won't have people making left-hand turns from Main Street and killing you halfway across the parking lot. So here we have another view of the Cyanco parking lot. Somebody wrote scam on the back of this parking sign. They may not have been talking about Scientology, but they could have been. So I think it's about 18 after 9. Yeah, we got more rain coming down. Trucks are getting bigger. But that doesn't mean we're going to have hailstorms soon. But we did have another public park here. I'm looking for refuge underneath the awning there at the Green Lady Lounge next door. See exactly, okay. There's the camera for this entrance. So I'm underneath the awning of the Green Lady Lounge. A little bit of thunder. Boy, did I sorely underestimate the amount of rain we would get. I thought it would blow on past, bypassing us to the north. So let's see, we're probably about 9:21 right now, 9:22. Not seeing a huge number of people parked out here. Maybe all sneaking in through the alley. Okay, the rain may be tapering off again a little bit, but it's still coming down. Okay, it's about 9:23. Okay, I think we may have another car that parked here. See what's like. Still no sidewalk sign. Don't want it to get wet. And we have a couple of cars parked there that weren't there before. Actually, several vehicles. The wind is picking up, or the rain is picking up. Okay, 9:27 in the morning. Doesn't look like we have huge numbers of people arriving for morning coursework. Rain abating a little bit. Out of sight here. We got somebody arriving. Looks like the public just barely in time for coursework. Here's what it looks like from across the street. Cars parked out here. Yeah, another vehicle arrived. Cutting it real close to 9:30 coursework. take that path and avoid the SP. Well, maybe find the lights a little better too. Hello. Let me, 1 second. Okay, I'm here with Zena. She came here to rescue me just as the rain was ending.
Not in time, though. Didn't make it in time.
Well, I appreciate it. Oops. So let me figure out how to stop this.